Hi, it's Bekah and welcome to the Carriage House Homeschool. Today I'm doing a little tour of our little homeschool room. We actually just got finished doing our lessons for the day, so a little exhausted, but it's Thursday, so that's the end of the school week for us because we have Fridays off. Okay, so a couple things about me real quick. I've been homeschooling for about 8 years now, and my husband and I have 4 kids, ages that range from preschool all the way to 5th grade. So the room is conducive to that age range. So, okay, so this is our little round table that we have. I normally sit here, my daughter, my son, and then my son will sit here with his little preschool activities if he's in the room with us. So this works out really good, but we do have markers here, pencils, scissors. I find that keeping a central location of just basic school supplies, so to speak, like pencils, erasers, things like that in kind of the center of your space, it helps a lot so they don't have to keep getting up and going trying to find stuff. So that's just a little tip that I've learned. We currently are learning about the Christmas Carol, Charles Dickens, so we're really getting into this and liking this so far. I have a little literature unit, a guide for using the classroom here, and then the Christmas Carol, a Dover Thrift edition, and we've got lots of stuff that kind of coincide with what we're doing with the Christmas Carol, which I'll show you. And then I've got my teacher's manual here. I can do individual videos about all these little things like the teacher's binders and preschool curriculum, so to speak. I don't use much of preschool curriculum, but other curriculum for elementary and all that stuff that I use, I'll probably do a separate video. So this corner is dedicated to our unit studies. Now we are doing the Christmas Carol unit study, but we're also doing the Renaissance, a history unit study this year. So usually, you know, everything about the Renaissance is going to be placed over here. So I have a large basket of books that pertain to the Renaissance, and I actually did a video on that, all the curriculum that we're using for that, so you can check that out. I'll leave that in the description below. And then just basic things that pertain to the Renaissance. I have a history portfolio folder here that has maps. I'm a really firm believer on having wall words out, or a word wall. So I have some dry erase little sticky things here, and we will add, you know, artist's name, or we will add, you know, dates, things like that, just key terms, keywords that will help promote their thinking and remembering certain things. But I noticed this is really fun. We just went from learning about the Renaissance explorers, so now we're learning about the Renaissance artists. Then we're going to go into the Renaissance inventors and then the thinkers. So we're going to be doing the Renaissance for a while. And I have our globe over here. I have some things down here. Some of it is preschool related. My son has, my youngest son has a little busy book here that I keep down here. And then just the toddler puzzles. I guess we didn't have enough things for the Renaissance to fill all this space, but sometimes we do, especially when we get into science, things like that. Over here we do have the human body elements, eyeball, for when we study that. So, and then we have some timelines, maps that go along with our Renaissance. And then we also like to keep little crafts and things that we're doing that pertains to unit study over here as well. And we're currently learning about Sandro Botticelli. Excuse me. So we have some artwork that he did over here, displaying over here. And this is our bulletin board. And right now, again, we're learning about the Christmas Carol. So there's Charles Dickens here, about the author, information about him, and we have these little hats, another little word wall example. We have some words like ominous, multitude, impropriety, executor, just some really fancy words that he used in his Christmas Carol. So we have words right here, then I have other hats that have the answers or definition, and you could do a matching game. But I try to put the words up so that way the kids can see them. And then we have a map of the world right here. And then we have this little line or rope here where we hang our art, especially for my preschooler, we hang preschool art and stuff like that. So right now we are learning about the Star from Afar, which I highly recommend. I got mine off of Rainbow Resource, but you can probably get it off Amazon. It's kind of like Elf on a Shelf, but a little bit more meaningful. I don't have the nativity set with me right now, but they're wooden characters. You have the stable and the star and Mary and Joseph, the three wise men. But anyways, you hide the star every night or early morning, and the children will look for the star in your home, and then they will they'll move the wise men closer to the star. And then on Christmas Day, you tend to get closer to where the manger is, which is always in one spot. So, and then you could write different, they give you ideas on, you can write little scripture, little inspirational messages, and then what we're doing is we're using those as copywork. So when they find the star, I've printed out little scripture or inspirational sayings, and then they'll find them, they'll go into their little workbooks and copy down the sayings. And then my preschooler will paste his because he's not writing yet. So I highly recommend this. But we also do a craft that coincides with the scripture or the daily lesson. So today we did, or yesterday I think it was, we did the little light lamp, let it shine, and we did three wise men craft too and stuff like that. So highly recommend this. Okay, and then we have another bulletin board here that's kind of more for me. We have our screen schedule, we have emergency contacts, I have my cleaning schedule, and then I also have my weekly schedule that what we're going to do during the week, so it keeps me on track of what we need to do, and kind of like a summary of the week basically. So I keep that up there, and just some inspirational little artwork here. We have our printer, color printer here, maps. We're learning about Australia, and we have pen pals from Australia, and we're doing map work about Australia, learning about their cuisine and everything like that. So we have a map over here. We do that every Thursday though. So we did that today. So we wrote to our pen pals today. And over here's just my desk. I will usually keep a computer over here, or laptop. That way we can, if we need reference on anything, we can pretty much look it up. If we have, if a child has a question, I don't have the answer, then I have a handy Google Answers here. We also do math on the computers on Thursday, and we also do typing on Thursday. So this is kind of the desk that we do that. I have another desk upstairs too if they want to use that, and then one of the rooms they can kind of move about if they want. But there's always usually a computer right here. And then just a little box that I keep. We have a stapler, and then I keep my like sticky notes and highlighters, things that I need for me, so the kids don't really get into this box over here. And then we have tape, and then little magnets for the board up here, some dry erase markers. Again, this is kind of more for my area. And then I have the Christmas Carol. This is a Reader Theater's play, which I'm excited. We're gonna try to get the whole family involved in here. Nothing too fancy. I kind of wanted all of us to dress up, or at least my little ones, but we'll see. But anyways, it's a Reader's Theater play, and everybody will have a role to play, and then we'll, do that. So we'll see. It'll be fun. And then over here, I have our Phonics rules, like the final S rules, final B rules, J and G rules. So this isn't really applying to my oldest two right now. They're in 3rd and 5th grade. But when my preschooler and I have a 1-year-old as well, when they get older, kindergarten, 1st grade, they'll need these. I'm just going to leave this up for now. This is our habit tree. We're trying to cultivate different habits, and we're trying to work on character building. And this year, or this month is wisdom. We're working on that, and that's kind of something that more grows as you age. But it was one of the ones to choose from. And then we've done, it's not up here, but we've done responsibility, habit of attentiveness, self-control, enthusiasm, obedience, gratefulness. I can, if anybody who's interested in the link where I get all that stuff from, because you can do little activities, all kinds of stuff. I highly recommend it. It's character first education, I think. But if anybody's interested, then I will give any information, you know, all this I highly recommend. And we have our little dry erase board. I probably should get a bigger one soon because I'm running out of space. We have our multiplication table right there, so we have easy access to it. My oldest son wrote good morning this morning, the date. And then we have some more Renaissance paintings. This is the Northern Renaissance painting right here, which I probably should put over there. We learned a little bit about first Christmas card that was created in 1843 by John Callcott Horsley. So we're working on that today. And then we are also, when we do math work during the week, we're learning about, we've learned about where the states where they're all located, and we're also learning about their abbreviations, and then now we're learning about trying to memorize all the capitals. So we're almost there, so we're almost finished. And I'd like to get to the regions too, which, you know, where the New England is, and the South, and the, you know, Midwest and all that. Sometimes that's debatable right now, so what's considered part of the South, like Oklahoma and Texas and stuff like that, so we'll see. And then we have another map that's really torn up right here, but it works for now. It's from Little Passports, which is a wonderful educational service that you can get delivered to your home, but I can talk about that another time. But this is the United States map. All right, and we also have lots of books, book bins. Usually, I have my toddler here, my three-year-old Gunner, so he's looking a little worn out, probably like me. We're tired, but he's in here with me. Okay, so let's move so we can show him. We've got ancient history on this one. We have American history in this basket, and then we have poems, poetry, creative art, that kind of stuff, drawing, how to draw certain things over in this other basket. This is illustrated stories from Shakespeare. And then all of our science books are on this other shelf I'm going to show you. And over here my daughter has a little bin for her to keep some things that we're working on, like morning work that need to have attention to. And so my sons too, my oldest sons. I don't have one for actually I have a busy box, a busy bin for my preschooler. I'll show you in a little bit. We're doing renovations on our home too, so just overlook some of the wall, the painting and everything. Now, this is one thing that we're doing. We're doing a lap book, kind of interactive notebook for the Christmas Carol. So this is just an example of what we're doing. We have about the author, what I showed you earlier, and then we have some interactive things here. What I know about the Christmas Carol, what I want to know, and then what I've learned later on. This is a summary. And then one thing that I love today that we did that I just kind of made up, but we actually looked online to see what the first Christmas card that was ever invented, at least on the printing press, and by John Callcott Horsley. And we printed out a picture of what the very first Christmas card looked like, and then we did a little envelope here, and then we put the picture in here. And then they wrote what I wrote up there. So I love these interactive notebooks. It really helps bring learning alive. And it's also good for keepsakes. So I'm really excited to pass these on and all these ideas too to my youngest kids too. So that way we can, I don't have to make up more lesson plans. I could just kind of use what I did. And then they also have handwriting practice, some cursive writing, my oldest two at least, so that's what they're responsible for over here. It's kind of morning work, and they'll have morning math. Sometimes we'll do a writing prompt in the morning, but right now we are working on our little scriptures that we find with Star of Bar, so this is what we're doing right now. Okay, so over here we have another little storage area. We have some scissors here, and then my oldest daughter and my oldest son, I only have one daughter. My oldest son have their little cubbies here that they keep their binders and workbooks and everything like that here. And we have a tray here that's full of just popsicle sticks, craft supplies, things like that. And then my daughter has her little cubby here that she keeps. And I'll show you his in a minute. So, let's see. Lots of puzzles, right? Yeah. Lots of puzzles, just bins. This is actually preschool related.
Just making something.
Okay. I like these little canvas bags to keep puzzle pieces in. So I have a 20 in here, and then we've got, like here are like opposites and ABC puzzles, 1, 2, 3 puzzles. A lot of the stuff that I've got at the Target dollar spot. So those there. And then again, more puzzles. Your chunky puzzles for my preschool. Little books, felt food play. That's always fun to keep them busy. He's already busy right now. And then we've got another little bin that has these little dot art stamps. And then I've got some things in here for him, like the letter A or B, letters of the alphabet or numbers. Okay, more puzzles here. We've got some vegetable little flashcards that I have out. I don't have it out right now, but in the fall I put all kinds of little play foods like apples and oranges and vegetables and things like that. And then we have cards so he can match them and sort and things like that. We have some little animals where he can, if you hold the flashcard up. And I'm not a big fan of flashcards, but he likes, if I show him a picture of something, he likes to say what it is. He really likes that. So little things like that. And on the floor over here, my preschooler has a busy box, basically, or a morning basket, or it's not really reserved for mornings only, but that's what some people call them. But he has lots of stuff that he can, that's just really for him. In addition to all the other learning toys and everything, but he's got more like books. So he's got like, sorting and matching, dry erase books, things that he could just kind of get out on his own and start, doing whatever he wants, basically. And he knows to put things up when he's done. With it, we've got these little story discs here that we do before 5 in a row. Got some binoculars. He has little books. He kind of wants to do a lot what the big kids are doing, so he has his own little versions of that. That little maps where he can, little felt maps. So mostly workbooks that he can just have, numbers or Montessori methods and shapes. Okay, and then we have our big shelf over here. It's not the prettiest sight, but it's great for storage. We got this at IKEA a long time ago. But I have my stuff that I keep up here. Teachers, guides, manuals, all of my stuff that I need to teach my kids are all right here. I have a bunch of little like dry erase mats. Sometimes this can make math more fun. And then again, up here is more of my stuff. And I have a bunch of stuff up here like paint. I don't know if you can see, but stuff that I want to keep in the schoolroom, but I don't really, want the kids to just have easy access to it. And we have crayons, crafts. Again, I have my supplies up here. And then lots of science books right here that the kids, I want them to be able to just grab a book if they want, so anytime. And then we have language stuff here. We have the dictionaries, story starters. These are fun. We have French books. We were learning about French a couple years ago, but I keep all that out still. All kinds of dictionaries. On the lower shelf, we have more preschool-related stuff. So I love these wooden boards. They kind of remind me of more of the Montessori method. So I like to keep a seasonal learning resource here. So we have a manger here, a nativity set, and we are losing a couple of things. There is baby Jesus. That's important for a lot of us. At least we have him, but there's a lot of missing pieces. So, but that's okay. I'll hunt them down. Soon. So seasonal things I like to keep in here. And then here we have these little letters and numbers, and my son can match the number or letter to these little flashcards here, and it actually fits in, like the letter will actually fit in there, kind of nestles in there. But I love having individual learning types of things into like one separate bin instead of having a bunch of stuff crammed into one bin. I like to have individual categories of learning, and that way they can pull something out and then they can focus on that particular element of what that we're learning. Like this is spelling a dog. So it's about letters and learning about alphabet, and then we put it away. And then here, this is all about magnets. So even with my older kids, they can play with some of this. They don't, but they're like fishing pools, and fish things like science and magnetism. Up here we have more math-related concepts. So we've got these little geo plastic boards here, and you have the shapes that you can match to that. And then here I have a bunch of fraction pieces, little foam pieces of fractions, and a lot of fraction dice. We haven't actually used these. I forgot these were up here. But fraction little dice, and then a bunch of dice just in general, which I highly recommend to keep, whether you're new to homeschooling or you just need fresh ideas. That always happens, always need new ideas. We also have dice for that has the equal sign on it, the subtraction sign, addition sign, multiplication. So all kinds of dice that we can, some days we just want to, especially on Thursdays when they just want to do more fun, interactive, hands-on learning for math instead of just a bunch of worksheets. And we also have more of build circles, build prisms, rectangular prisms, 3D shapes, things like that. This is learning resources as well. The tape measures, rulers, all the rulers are in here, and we have the math. I'm not sure what these are called. Where you make a 10. We have those with different colors. Those have come in. Those have been very helpful. And then maps. I love maps. These are dry erase maps. So when we were learning about, or we still are, but almost done. We're learning about the capitals of the United States. These they have the answers here, but on the back you have blank maps. I love these. So same for this one. Presidents, United States, country, maps of the world, things like that. And then here we've got more puzzles, more interactive puzzles. This is the United States of America. I think we're missing a couple, but it's okay. Over here in this box we have anything that relates to card games. We actually have a part of the day that is a time slot of the day where we are doing cards. Just the classic card games we're really getting into. I think kids should know a lot of those, just basic one. There's war, there's the least strategy type of card games, and there's more like hearts and things like that has more strategy, which I want my older kids to get into. But we also have these little animal action cards. That's great for my preschooler. You ask your child to, you flip up a card and it'll have crow like a rooster, or what's some other ones? Walk slowly like a turtle. I love these. I got them online. Again, just send me a comment or leave a comment if you want to know any. I can leave links to any of this stuff in the description. And we have card games like Professor Noggins, which is wonderful. We have little animal games here. We have lots of deck of cards, just of different varieties. We have, we like to collect them. We've got animal portraits playing deck, and then we've got It's a Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown, so that way everybody has not fighting over decks. We even have Harry Potter. We've got a Turkish game that we got from, I think it's just memory. It's just like memory cards. memory, matching game memory. But it's Turkish related. So we've got Turkish dancers, we've got yogurt, Turkish delights, all things like that. So they can learn a little bit about Turkey. But it came in his little, one of my oldest kids, it came in their little passports. So anything that's related to cards, there's lots of little things here. Science related stuff, we have science, seashells, just basically shells. Some of the stuff we found actually when I was visiting my mother and meeting up with my sister in Florida several years back, and we still have those, and some of them are purchased as well. And I do have a lot of stuff that I'm missing from this homeschool room that I plan to do a video on. I think it was, we're learning about owls, barn owls, rocks and minerals and all that stuff. They're actually not in this homeschool room. It's in the guest bedroom because I'm planning to do a video on it. So there's a lot of stuff that's not included in here. That's wonderful learning resources and tools. And in addition here, we've got rocks and minerals, but it's not the rocks and minerals that was given to me as a gift, as far as like that everything's labeled and everything. This is just stuff that we've collected in our backyard, geodes, things like that. Lots of quartz, just stuff that I think we've just kind of collected around our house. Okay, and then we have this science bin here that has magnifying glasses. We have cups. When we do like little science experiments, we have like the quarter cup, half a cup, a tablespoon, half a tablespoon. So that way I don't have to get into my kitchen and get my nice measuring spoons and things like that. They have their own stuff, and you can see there's our paint. I don't know what that is even. So a big magnifying glass, a scale here, and then I have some little, I think this is learning resources again. But little recipes that how to make slime is one of them. Fill them up, just work with measurements with younger children, dry food, rice, beans, learning parts to a whole, and things like that. I love those. They're called tube toys, and they come with all kinds of, like here are some Australian animals. I don't think this is the tube toy one, but I love to include little toys, I guess. We were learning about ancient Egypt. We have the little pyramids, learning about the Civil War. You have just like little mini representations. Taj Mahal. We have the Australian animals, or the Arctic animals, and all kinds of things. So this is all the tube toys, different fish, all kinds of stuff. So I love to incorporate that into our units and lessons. Okay, and then lastly we have Play-Doh here right now. I like to do seasonal stuff, so right now we have Christmas cookie dough, Play-Doh, and then we have toys or, I'm out of breath for something. Toys that can go, we've got little Christmas cookie cutters, things that my toddler, my 3-year-old can get into, because sometimes as you know, if you have had a toddler or do have a toddler, especially while homeschooling, trying to keep them busy. I think that's about it. That's just kind of what we have in our homeschool room right now. I'm trying to get videos out once a week, but it's kind of hard because I have our other channel. If you're here for the first time, you should go visit our other channel. It's the Carriage House. I'll link it down below. And this is the Carriage House Homeschool. So much smaller channel, but I'm willing to, I've been homeschooling for a really long time, so I'm willing to help anybody out there who may need help, because I know more families are homeschooling now. Or let me know if you're a seasoned homeschool mom and you want to offer some advice on anything, then you can leave them in the comments section below. So, okay, well, thanks so much for watching, and I hope to post again next week. We'll see. It's the holidays and we're all kind of, busy with that. But thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye.